What truly unfolds when the arena lights dim and the cameras stop recording. When the fans head home and the ring quiets, that's when the real battle begins. On June 20th, 2025, WWE SmackDown didn't just deliver chaos, it detonated it. And not just in the ring. What happened backstage that night could spark a war capable of tearing through the very foundation of WWE. It wasn't a match, a segment, or even a surprise return. It was a single encounter, a brief yet thunderous exchange between Meteo and the reigning United States champion, Jacob Fatu. Just one look, one tense moment, and the flames of an explosive rivalry were ignited, one that might redefine power in the WWE universe. So why did Meteo, a rising star with bloodline ties, confront a dominant champion like Jacob Fatu with such ferocity? What's behind the venom in his words and the intensity in his gaze? And more importantly, is the Samoan werewolf an unrelenting force of nature, about to face the greatest threat of his career? Tonight, we peel back the layers, dig beneath the surface, and begin to unravel a saga that's only just kicking off. This is not the SmackDown you thought you knew. If you think the drama unfolds in front of the fans, wait until you hear what's happening when the curtain falls. Strap in.
Subscribe.
Turn those notifications on because what's coming is nothing short of seismic. To understand why Mateo's backstage warning to Fatu reverberated through the WWE universe, we need to take a step back and examine the road that led us here. Jacob Fatu has been a juggernaut since capturing the United States Championship at WrestleMania 41 on April 19, 2025. Known as the Samoan werewolf, Fatu combines raw physical dominance with shockingly agile offense. He's bulldozed through WWE stars like LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre, establishing himself as one of the most destructive forces the company has seen in years. But his rise hasn't been without controversy or resistance. Enter Meteo. A formidable athlete with roots in international wrestling, Meteo, formerly known as Jeff Cobb, arrived in WWE as Solo Sikoa's right-hand man during the Backlash Premium Live event on May 10, 2025. His inclusion in the Bloodline's ongoing legacy felt natural at first. His mix of brute strength, Olympic-level technique, and grounded ring IQ seemed like the perfect complement to the chaos that surrounded him. But the alliance between Meteo and Fatu was uneasy from the beginning. Tensions simmered beneath the surface. The chemistry was off. And soon enough, friction sparked into fire. For months, it was clear that while Solo Sikoa had a grand vision for a restructured bloodline, Meteo and Fatu were not on the same page. Fatu made his feelings abundantly clear on May 23, 2025, during an explosive backstage promo in which he snarled, "He ain't my blood, and he damn sure ain't my family." That statement drew a line in the sand. From that moment, things began to unravel. Then came the turning point, June 6, 2025. A critical in-ring miscommunication during a match against Jimmy USO led to Meteo suffering his first loss in WWE. Furious, humiliated, and burning with resentment, Meteo pointed the finger at Fatu. The cameras caught it all, Meteo shouting, accusing Fatu of sabotage, while Fatu turned his back and walked away, jaw clenched, refusing to respond. The fans were quick to speculate. Was this just a temporary fallout, or were we witnessing the collapse of something far more volatile? Meteo is not just another guy looking to make a name. He's a man who has paid his dues around the globe and sees WWE as his final proving ground. He didn't come here to be anyone's backup. And watching Fatu soak up the spotlight, championship in hand, while Meteo faded into the shadows. That didn't sit right. That botched match wasn't just a mistake. It was the beginning of a war. As 2025 rolls on, the Bloodline, once WWE's most dominant faction, is fracturing. Solo Sikoa's leadership is under heavy scrutiny, especially after the shocking events of Money in the Bank on June 7, 2025, when Jacob Fatu turned on Sikoa, left the Bloodline, and was cheered as a hero for finally breaking free. Fatu's decision to go solo was a major shift. The WWE Universe rallied behind him, but in doing so, He became a bigger target than ever. Meteo, still loyal to Sikoa's ideology, saw this as his chance to take the spotlight and the title. Fan opinion is split down the middle. Some view JC Meteo as a hungry upstart destined to dethrone the Samoan powerhouse. Others argue Fatu's dominance is far from over. But everyone agrees, June 20th changed everything. On that fateful night, after the final bell rang and SmackDown faded to black, the real drama began. Jacob Fatu had just survived an all-out assault from Solo Sikoa and JC Meteo. He was saved at the last second by an unlikely figure, Jimmy USO. But backstage, as Fatu caught his breath and processed the betrayal, Meteo wasn't finished. He found Fatu, face-to-face, in the dimly lit hallway. "Jacob, you might have walked out with Jimmy's help tonight, but don't think for a second that you're safe," Meteo warned. "Watch your back. Because I'm coming for you." Fatu didn't respond with words. He didn't need to. That cold, hard stare spoke louder than anything he could have said. But what really led us to this moment? Why is JC Meteo so fixated on tearing Fatu down? The answer lies in the slow-burning resentment. Backstage sources say Meteo has been increasingly frustrated with how WWE management has booked him, used, in his eyes, as little more than a plot device to elevate Fatu's championship reign. That loss on June 6th wasn't just a blemish on his record, it was the final insult. Meteo is more than just muscle. He's a tactician. He's been studying Fatu, every move, every weakness. He knows Fatu relies heavily on explosive high-risk maneuvers, and he's aware of the emotional weight Fatu still carries from the fractured bloodline. Meteo believes he can outmaneuver Fatu by staying grounded, exploiting his overconfidence, and preying on his vulnerabilities. But he also knows that Fatu isn't just any opponent. He's a savage competitor with an unmatched hunger for dominance. Their styles couldn't be more different. Fatu is relentless, aggressive, unleashing moonsaults, brutal hip attacks, and overpowering offense. Meteo, on the other hand, is calculated. His finisher, Tour of the Islands, has been a match-ender in seconds. If and when they clash, it's going to be more than a physical battle. It will be a cerebral war. Booker T even weighed in recently, saying, "Mateo's got all the tools, but he needs laser focus." Fatu's a beast, but Mateo's smart. This ain't about who's stronger, it's about who wants it more. And then there's Jimmy USO. His shocking save on June 20th wasn't just a spur-of-the-moment choice. There's history between Jimmy and Fatu. Deep, complicated, and rooted in the bloodline's fractured legacy. Is Jimmy looking to realign with Fatu to take down Sikoa and Meteo together? Or does he have a hidden agenda of his own? Theories are running wild across social media. Fans are debating motives, alliances, and betrayals. One thing's certain, the stakes have never been higher. So what's next? Will Jacob Fatu finally address Mateo's warning, or will his fists do the talking? Has Meteo maneuvered himself into position as the next challenger? Fatu has already vowed to defend his United States title against Solo Sikoa at the upcoming Night of Champions. But could JC Meteo be next in line? Is this all part of T?